What is happening, my YT gang? Y'all already know what time it is. We are back with another one. Today, man, we're going to be talking all about my boy Shedeur Sanders. Okay, now, Scott Millar. If y'all don't know who he is, he's a former GM, an NFL GM. Okay, he was out there in Seattle. He was a GM for San Fran. He had a bold statement. Now I don't know if y'all seen the clip already. Some of y'all may have, some of y'all may have not. But y'all already know I got the clip. But before I drop that clip, I gotta say what I gotta say about this whole situation. You understand me? So this man has made a bold statement and said that Shedeur Sanders will be the best quarterback in his draft class. That came out of the horse's mouth himself. Okay. And being the fact that this man has 2 Super Bowl rings, he might know a thing or two about what he's talking about. You understand what I'm saying? Now, my question for y'all is, do y'all think that what he said is true? Do y'all think this adds up? Now, when you look at the quarterbacks that's coming out of this draft, you got my boy Cam Ward. Of course, you got Dylan Gabriel. You got Jackson Dart. You got Jalen Milroe. You got Ewers. You got a couple of quarterbacks. Now, one thing we do know for sure is that Cam Ward is definitely going to be the starter for the Tennessee Titans. So, because of that, he does have the advantage of getting out there on that field and getting that experience before my boy Sanders. And then we also got to look at the fact that my boy Jackson Dart may have an upper hand on it too, being out there with the New York Giants. Now, I know they got Russell Wilson, okay? But if everything is going well and Russell Wilson is the only reason why the New York Giants can't get over the hump, why they can't win games consistently, if he is that reason, I feel like they're going to go ahead and try to put Jackson Dart out there. I feel like the crowd going to be chanting his name. They're going to be booing my boy, Russell Wilson. I'm sorry, Russell, man. You know what I'm saying? But he going to have to move out the way. And that's just what it is. So if I was to say anything, I think everybody else, when you look at Jalen Milroe, who else I said? Ewers, of course, Dylan Gabriel, they're all in the same position as my boy Shedeur Sanders. So, you know, when it comes to them, I doubt they'll have the chance to outdo my boy Sanders. But the only 2 people I feel like that could be better than, maybe better than my boy Shedeur Sanders is Cam Ward and Jackson Dart. Those are the only 2. But like I always used to say, my boy Shedeur Sanders, he never had an offensive line, especially in Colorado. When you look at Jackson Dart, he played with Ole Miss. They were straight. When you look at my boy Cam Ward out there in Miami, them boys was holding up for him. And with the numbers that my boy Cam Ward had in college, with the numbers that my boy Jackson Dart had in college, which were good, I ain't gonna lie. But when you look at Shedeur Sanders' numbers, his is identical with them. And he had a terrible offensive line. So if you were to put him somewhere like Ohio State or anywhere like Miami or in Ole Miss or in Georgia, you know I'm gonna throw Georgia in there real quick, I feel like his numbers would have been even better. One thing I can say about my boy Shedeur Sanders is that his leadership skills is just impeccable. You know, when you look at certain ways he handled his offensive line, when you see how he go over there and talk to my boy Hunter, when he go over there and talk to the running backs and the receivers, they really look up to him. They listen to him and take heed to what he is saying. And then when you look at his leadership skill set, you got to understand where he get it from. He's learned from the greatest of the greats. When it comes to the greatest trainers he's had, his father. When you look at his mentor, Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football as of right now. And then think about it, man. This man literally sat in that office with his father, with the rest of the coaches, and helped recruit some of these players that went to Colorado. Even in Jacksonville, he was recruiting too. And I feel like he's going to take that same skill set. He's going to take it to Cleveland, right? He's going to utilize that. Not saying that he won't be learning from the veterans or whatever the case may be, because he do have some good players over there that he could learn from. But his leadership skills will also have some of those veteran players look up to him, follow his lead. You know what I'm saying? And the best person I can give an example of that is Jaden Daniels. Boy was a rookie last year. Came in there, turned that organization around. They followed his lead as a rookie. And I feel like Shedeur Sanders can do the same exact thing, especially with the mentors that helped him along the way. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like I said, we're going to see. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Drop them things down in the comment below. I'm going to go ahead and run this footage for y'all real quick so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about from my boy McLaurin. All right? Check the footage.
I think he'll be the best quarterback out of this draft. When it's all said and done. When his career's said and done, he'll be the best quarterback taken in this draft. We did the same thing in Seattle with Russell Wilson. You know, everybody's like, he's too short. He's this, that, and that. Fuck, we went back-to-back Super Bowls. Won one, lost one, but whatever. But, you know, I think, and I hate to say this because I don't know his father personally. I really don't. But I think the shit show to come with them from the standpoint of media, and Cleveland's going to get it. I mean, why would they draft the quarterback in the third and wait for Shadur to the fifth? You know, I'm telling you, I think Shedeur, honestly, and I've done a lot of quarterbacks in my career, and no one's ever 100% accurate. It's not an exact science. That's why there's so many busts. But I'm telling you, Shedeur, I saw him. I was on the sideline watching the game in person, and he jumped Travis Hunter's ass like you wouldn't believe. Had his finger in his face. He says, "Don't you ever throw your arms up in the air like that again. If I miss a throw, I miss a throw." And Travis Hunter bowed down to him. That kind of shows what kind of leadership he has. He has enough respect and enough toughness and competitiveness to do that. And I'm like, wow, this guy is pretty freaking cool. You know, and I get it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go finish. Go ahead, finish. My bad.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, just watch his response. And Pac-Man, you know this. Watch his response every time he came out the field, and how he got with the offensive linemen, how he got with the running backs, how he got with the receivers. And he just ran the show. He ran the complete show. And, you know, he's not as athletic as his father, of course. No one really is. But he has the demeanor to be an NFL football player. And I'm telling you, you wait and see. I can't tell you that, but in my opinion, that he will be the best quarterback out of this draft when it's all said and done.